Heights is a neighborhood in Manhattan and got its name from the Battle of Fort Washington. The fight that day was fierce with American troops against the British forces. General George Washington led a strong fight, but in the end the American troops surrendered. But that fighting spirit is alive and well in Washington Heights.
Bennett Park contains a marker indicating the highest natural point in Manhattan, 267.75 feet above sea level. Wow. That's high up. Remember that when the Great Flood occurs.
The Church of the Intercession on 155th Street and Broadway is considered one of the finest examples of Gothic revival or neo-Gothic architecture in New York City.
The lively local art scene is something to behold. North of Central Park is the annual Uptown Art Stroll. Artists from Washington Heights are featured in public locations throughout Upper Manhattan each summer. Can't wait for summer.
Malcolm X was assassinated while giving a speech at the Audubon Ballroom in Washington Heights on February 21st, 1965. This occurred at 3940 Broadway between 165th and 166th Streets.
5 clubs in American professional sports played in Washington Heights. The New York Giants, who are now the San Francisco Giants, the New York Mets, the New York Yankees, and football, New York Giants. My sister is very happy. And of course, the New York Giants.
The Marichek tribal group had a settlement in Washington Heights. These lands were used mostly for trading. The only record of ownership of this tribal group was of the sale of Harlem to the Dutch.
Manhattan's oldest remaining house, the Morris Jumel Mansion, is located in the landmark Jumel Terrace Historic District, the AAM-accredited Historic House Museum. The mansion interprets the colonial area, the period when General George Washington occupied it during the American Revolutionary War and in the early 19th century in New York.
Colleges with schools in Washington Heights are Yeshiva University, Boricua College, Columbia University, and more.
If you love movies, you're no doubt already familiar with Washington Heights. You've seen the area featured in classic films like Coogan's Bluff, The 7-Ups, The Wrong Man, and more.
While in the Heights is the first time that Broadway is rapping about Washington Heights, we actually have a lot of rappers and hip-hop artists from the neighborhood, including Young Blaze, Jay Mills, Mims, Joel Santana, and J.R. Ryder, and Henry Kissinger.
In Washington Heights.